Good afternoon, Augusta University. It is Monday, November 4th. I'm Jackson Garner.
And I'm Sydney Highfield. We begin today with a trip to the Maxwell Theater.
That's right. Augusta University's Department of Art and Design is preparing for its next big stage production, an adaptation of a Greek tragedy that is sure to bring the audience to the edge of their seat. Noah Bowers can tell you more.
The Department of Art and Design here at Augusta University is constantly pushing the boundaries of creative endeavors. Both students and faculty work passionately to unfold the meaning found in art. For this semester, they have decided to look to the classic Greek tragedy of the Bacchae by Euripides for insight.
Here at the Maxwell Theater on Augusta University's Somerville campus, art students like Justin Wen combine multiple aspects of performance and expression.
This show is a sort of collage of all of our departments or fields kind of working together.
The production involves students from various majors, the lighting and technical staff of the Maxwell Theater, and is all directed by Professor Doug Joyner. Adapting a Greek tragedy such as the Bacchae is a unique choice for the program, who are known to perform more modern productions recently, but some believe the ancient play still has much to teach us about today.
The sort of themes that we see in the Bacchae are, these two different very big sides that are clash and argue with each other, but at the end of the day, it's about balance, and I think that's a really cool theme that we can connect with the show and with, our lives.
The department is always looking for more creative-minded individuals to join them in their future productions.
You don't necessarily have to take any classes in our department to audition. We have so many casts that's like in various different majors. And even if you don't want to be a performer, there's so many other options to help with our plays, including set design, costuming. I know the theater is always accepting help when it comes to lights and sound. But yeah, there's always room for any sort of help.
You can view Augusta University's take on the Bacchae at the Maxwell Theater on November 7th through the 9th at 7 p.m. and an additional showing on November 10th at 3 p.m. Admission is free with your student ID.
Following that story from Noah, we now turn our attention to campus safety.
Have you ever felt unsafe on campus or like you had to take extra precautions with your personal belongings? AUPD is cracking down on crime and creating a safer environment. More about this from our reporter, Denisha Kane.
Here at AU, many questions and concerns have been brought up by many students about recent incidents that have happened on and off campus, such as car break-ins, burglaries, harassment, and more. With the recent safety concerns, there have been more safety measures put in place on campus. Here's AUPD's Captain Smith with more.
One of the things recently that I had done as part of my crime analysis duties is to take a look at incidents where cars had been broken into and or stolen here on campus over the last 3 years. And one of the things that I found was that the vast majority of cars that are broken into actually have been left unlocked by the owners.
Here at AU, many questions and concerns have been brought up by many students about recent incidents that have happened on and off campus, such as car break-ins, burglaries, harassment, and more. With the recent safety concerns, there have been more safety measures put in place on campus.
And University Village is one of those places that's going to see a great increase in video surveillance, so that should we have other crimes happen, we'll be able to hopefully have some video evidence that will lead our investigators to a suspect.
The September crime log includes multiple entering auto incidents, along with many other incidents. These incidents take place on and around multiple AU campuses, such as the Student Center, University Village, and Wellstar MCG. AUPD encourages students to take advantage of the resources out there, such as the free Red Guardian app that allows calls to 911, Augusta University Police. Set up a timed virtual escort, notify specific people on your status and location, and text Augusta University Police about security threats or other problems. Visit augusta.edu/police for more resources.
Thanks, Denisha. Are you a Jaguar country music fan looking for a fun night out?
Kicks 99 has always played good hits on the radio and is about to bring it to Augusta for 2 nights in November. Addison Colvin is going to discuss the location change, the lineup for this year's guitar pool, and how to access tickets.
The Kicks 99 Guitar Pool is something that has been around in the Augusta community for more than 20 years. They typically perform at the James Brown Arena on a Tuesday night, but this year they will be performing at the Bell Auditorium on Tuesday and Wednesday night. Both nights have different artists performing. I had the privilege to speak to Brian Axelson, aka Dub, from the Kicks 99 Morning Show to get more information about this year's guitar pool. The Kicks 99 is hosting the guitar pool at the Bell Auditorium, located at 712 Telfair Street, Augusta, Georgia.
I'm Brian Axelson, aka Dub, from the Kicks Wake Up crew, one half of our morning show. We're gearing up for the 25th anniversary celebration of Kicks 99's Guitar Pull. It's Tuesday, November 12th, Wednesday, November 13th at the Bell Auditorium. On Tuesday night, November 12th, we've got Chris Jansen, Lee Bryce, Zach Top, The Warren Treaty, and The Frontmen, which is a country music super group comprised of Lily McDonald from Lone Star, Tim Rushlow of Little Texas, and Larry Stewart of Restless Heart. And then on Wednesday, we've got Ashley Cook, Low Cash, Drew Baldridge, Mark Wills, and Scotty McCreery. You can still win tickets to the Kicks 99 Guitar Pull. We've got plenty of Kicks 99 Guitar Pull ticket stops coming up. You can get a full list of those at kicks99.com. And also, we're going to be giving away tickets on the radio every single day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You text in a keyword and you could win tickets.
The Kicks 99 Guitar Pool is something to be an event to remember. With a great lineup of country artists, remember, it will be at the Bell Auditorium this year. If you want a chance to win, you can either do it through their radio station 99.5, or you can do it online to find their next ticket stop location at www.kicks99.com. They have quite a bit more ticket stops happening around the community leading up to the event.
Up next, we're passing you a story about the Augusta University men's basketball team that you can't miss.
And we will show you a patriotic event that has grown every year and reminds students of their constitutional rights.
Hey Augusta, my name is Lily McDonald and I'm here with your weekend forecast. Today, this is the radar for today and it's very rainy out there, so definitely going to want to watch out for that. It's moving from the south and you're going to want to be careful on the roads because there's a flood watch today until 7 p.m. So just be careful. And then for your weekend, obviously there's 60% chance of rain for the rest of the day today. And then tomorrow morning there's going to be some rain also, but it'll clear out. It should clear out by tomorrow night. And then moving into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there won't be much as much of a rain chance, but it will be warmer temperatures for sure. For your hourly forecast, you can see that the rain is coming down, so it's definitely rainy out there. The winds aren't as bad though, but you can see that at 7 p.m. there's going to be a lot of heavy rain, but the temperatures are staying like in the low 70s, so it won't be too cold out there. The rain might make you a little chilly. I'd recommend a jacket, but I'd also say to stay inside, maybe do some schoolwork tonight and just get that done. But yeah, my name's Lily McDonald and there's your weekend forecast. Thank you for watching.
Welcome back to this edition of JAG News. I'm Noah Bowers.
And I'm Denisha Kane. Our first story reveals how the Augusta University Jaguars basketball team continues to reach new heights.
The Augusta Jaguars bounce back onto the court later this month, and their most recent exhibition has the entire team looking to shock the world. For the latest development in sports, Jackson Gardner has the details.
The Augusta University men's basketball team traveled to Clemson University on October 30th for their season opener. The Jaguars, led by head coach Dip Mitras, finished with a 17-12 record last season.
Takedown would be a monumental task. You know, they're picked 4th in the ACC. They're coming off Elite Eight experience. They got 4 starters back, and it'll be a big challenge. But it's a great opportunity for our guys to play a high-level team and a well-coached team. This is the second time I think we've played Clemson, and look forward to another great challenge.
One of the Jaguars' star players is Max Amadison, a Dublin, Ireland native who previously played basketball at Pittsburgh University and St. Bonaventure University in New York. Pittsburgh is in the American Coast Conference, which is the same conference as Clemson, so the Tigers are no stranger to Max.
I see this Clemson game as kind of a way to get back, honestly, because my last memory of being at Clemson was a blowout loss, so I don't want to feel that same feeling again. And I know for this time what to do, because I know how hostile the environment is at Clemson. I know how rowdy it can get. I know how loud it is. So,
although the matchup is being listed as an exhibition game for both teams, meaning that it will not count towards their regular season record, expect both teams to come out playing like it is a true game. Clemson doesn't want to lose to a Division II team, and Augusta would love to pull off the biggest upset in school history.
Just coming in with the most energy and being as prepared as possible is what we've been doing for the past couple of weeks.
Unfortunately, the Jaguars were unable to pull off the upset, falling to Clemson with a 90-49 finish. The Jaguars will look to improve off of this game as they reach the start of the regular season.
Thanks, Jackson. What a great effort from our Jag basketball players.
Celebrating and remembering the words of those who came before us can be an important reminder for why free and fair elections are critical to our nation's future. Sydney Highfield is here to tell us about AU's most successful Constitution Day ever.
Leaders of both the Reese Library and AU's Department of Communication partner to host an annual Constitution Day event on campus. This year, the year of the presidential election, the event drew over 160 attendees and beat out previous attendance records.
If any bill shall not be returned by the President within 10 days, Sundays excepted, after it shall have been presented to him, the same shall be a law, in like manner as if he had signed it, unless the Congress by the adjournment prevent its return, in which a case it shall not be a law.
Its main draw is the constitutional read-in which students volunteer to read aloud a section of the United States Constitution. AU's Constitution Day makes learning about the foundation of government fun and inviting, as well as informative. There was a trivia game about the United States with patriotic prizes for each right answer, and free pizza for attendees. David Kearns, the Reese Library Federal Depository Manager, hosts and organizes the event annually.
The laws that are passed have to conform to the Constitution. The decisions by the courts have to conform to the Constitution. Everything we do as a civil society is based upon the Constitution of the United States.
The event is beloved, with many students like Tyler Bush, a member of the Jaguar Battalion, returning every year to practice public speaking and show their patriotism.
I'm trying to learn the foundations of how your country started and where it came from, and then the struggles that it had to overcome and the amendments that it had to make to the Constitution in order to make this country the best in the world.
Augusta University's Department of Communication, Phoenix Magazine, and the League of Women Voters were all present at the event, as well to support the values of the Constitution protects and upholds. The event will only continue to grow in educational enrichment and community support.
Thanks, Sydney. It's always important to learn our nation's history, especially during an election year.
Augusta University has several organizations centered around celebrating the various cultures here on campus, one of them being multicultural student engagement. Talia Mosley has more about the MSC's latest initiative.
From Jag Pride to Sister Circle, the MSC is dedicated to putting on events that increase awareness and appreciation for all groups of people. For this year's Hispanic Heritage Month, the MSC hosted an event that gave students the opportunity to try something new. Augusta University's Multicultural Student Engagement hosted another event this month called Cooking Up Culture in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. Originally scheduled for early October, Cooking Up Culture was rescheduled for October 22nd due to the impact of Hurricane Helene.
It was supposed to precede our Hispanic Heritage Month soccer tournament that was meant to be on October 5th, that Saturday. So in this event, we made tortillas for our birria tacos. That was the first time students made flour tortillas, which was really great. And also they made elote bowls, which is just like Mexican street corn. And then we also had 2 specialty drinks. We had a mojito punch and agua fresas con leche, which is like a fancy strawberry milk.
MSE hosts events on campus that allow students of all backgrounds to engage and connect.
Because I feel like a lot of times the community of Augusta University thinks that the MSC is just a place for like exclusively like people of color, and it's not the case at all. It's for everyone, no matter where you come from. And I feel like it provides me a safe space on campus and makes me feel like my voice is being heard.
Regardless of where you feel like you fit, there is a place for everyone at the MSC's events. Students are strongly encouraged to be open to what MSC offers.
We promote inclusivity through our events and our programming, and it's just really important that we see different people and different identities presented in our events, and that's our biggest goal here. So we hope that we are making a space for everyone, and we hope that all students take advantage of what we create for them.
To stay up to date about the MSC, follow their Instagram at AUG_MSC and be on the lookout for more upcoming events.
Thanks, Talia. Coming up, we'll see how Augusta University's campuses are faring after Hurricane Helene.
Plus, a new event for AU students allows cosplayers to show off their skills.
Sent shockwaves throughout the Augusta community, and the university has started the rebuilding process in earnest.
Now that the lights have been restored, students and faculty are hopeful for the future of the university. In the aftermath of Helene, more on this story from Cody Robertson.
The devastation left in the wake of Hurricane Helene left Augusta University's campus in disarray, but the diligent work carried out by our facilities department has gotten off to a great start.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, Augusta University's cleanup is well underway. Since returning to class, students may have noticed less greenery on campus, but instruction has been able to continue thanks largely to Augusta University's facilities department. We had the chance to sit down with Paul Wood, AU's interim grounds foreman, to see how they did it and what's ahead.
I was here when the storm actually hit up at Somerville campus, kind of back and forth. We started actually cleaning up, I would say, about 9:30 that morning. I know personally, in a 2-week period, I had 159 man-hours in. Most of my crew, on the average, about 119.
The facilities department worked tirelessly to get AU's student body back to class in just 2 weeks, but they didn't do it alone. Student volunteers and even outside crews all came to lend a hand.
Tremendous help. They come in with their own equipment. They came in with bobcats, chainsaws, and they started working immediately.
Now that some semblance of normalcy is starting to come back, the facilities department can look to the future.
We've got a lot of building damage. We got a lot of brickwork damaged up at Somerville. So it's going to be a long process. And I think everybody in town is trying to get their stuff fixed and taken care of first. So there's a little bit of a waiting period kind of going on, as you can imagine. We're going to get there. I guess that Jaguar pride, but we're going to get there.
Students can already see the progress done to return our campus back to its original beauty on their way to and from classes, but there's still much work to be done.
Thanks, Cody. It is inspiring to see the community come together in a time of crisis. Now we bring you the latest updates on the ongoing renovations of Christenberry Fieldhouse.
The athletics department has plenty to roar about with the upcoming updates to Christenberry. Our reporter, Lily McDonald, got an up-close look.
The Christenberry Fieldhouse has begun renovations with a huge project awaiting it. Many improvements have already taken place and more are still to come. The new changes are important to AU and its community as a new look is coming on the outside and much nicer equipment coming on the inside and to the surrounding areas.
New improvements are coming to the Christenberry Fieldhouse. The exterior is continuously being worked on, but so is the inside to really portray that Augusta Jaguar excitement to the student, staff, and Augusta community. As of right now, construction will continue for the next 9 months to a year.
Well, we're really excited about all the projects going on at Christenberry. First and foremost, the exterior project really make a big difference for our facility, a very modern, sleek look. We desperately need something on the outside to welcome fans and our students in. for game days and for classes and different things like that, which is we're labeling a skybox, which is going to be great for VIPs during events, and our students will be able to use it as well. We have new paint and again some branding downstairs. After the season, softball will have their new seating built as well.
Country and track coach also shares how he is excited to see all these new things come to Christenberry Fieldhouse, since there has been many changes come since he was a student and athlete at Augusta University a few years ago.
I first came to the field house when I was an athlete here in 2019 and 2020. But when I first got here, like all the doors were bare, all the little things that have been added to the like basketball court and the lining around the top of the court, the skybox, all that. None of that was here. Before, when you're walking in, it's just like solid white everywhere and wooden doors. It's not quite as exciting. So a lot of really cool changes. I'm excited to see what comes next.
AU can't wait to see how these new upgrades will turn out when it is all finished. But until then, watch out for the construction workers when you are over at Christenberry.
Thanks for the update, Lily. The new additions are going to add to an already wild Jaguar atmosphere. Augusta University has no shortage of events students can look forward to, and this semester marked the beginning of the next big one to circle on your calendar.
The campus recreation department dove headfirst into nerd culture with their first annual JagCon. Will Hayes breaks down the success of the event and their vision for the future.
Augusta University is always finding new ways to celebrate student culture. Whether it be the Welcome Back Bash or the Cinema Series, AU has something for everyone. This year, after a resounding turnout at the Esports Arena grand opening, Joshua LeFevre saw an opportunity to create an event centered around an underrepresented group at a university: convention goers. LeFevre is a data analyst for student affairs at AU, as well as the mind behind JagCon, an all-inclusive event for everything geek and nerd. With a live play Dungeons & Dragons game, tables to play your favorite tabletop games, and even a student cosplay competition, there was something for everyone to celebrate their culture.
A lot of my role is identifying student populations that are attending events, reasons they may or may not be attending events. Are they engaged on campus?
LeFevre's team may not have been the biggest, with a planning committee of only 7, but some of his guests certainly weren't small. Yet, throughout everything, he had only one real goal.
I think the number one thing is that every student belongs, that there is a place here at Augusta University for every student, that we have a diverse range of interests at this university for everything from, Taylor Swift to minifigures.
One person who loved the feeling of community was one of the many cosplayers in competition at JagCon, Ariel McCutcheon.
What I loved about the cosplay contest is that because I am a little bit older and I have done this a little bit longer, it was really fun to be like the big sister of like some of the younger students who were just like so nervous and they just were shaking, and I was like, you're gonna be amazing, you're gonna be awesome. And I think that like sense of community with all of us was just really touching.
McCutcheon got to show off one of her older cosplays at JagCon, her rendition of Tim Burton's Corpse Bride with a dress made from her mother's real wedding dress.
I was just so proud of everybody that got on stage, but especially when it was their first time and they just killed it. And I think that was just really special.
In total, there were nearly 500 attendees at this year's JagCon, and out of those, 97 had never before attended an event at AU. For a planning committee of 7 and only 16 volunteers, they certainly didn't disappoint. You may have missed the fun this time around, but be sure to be on the lookout for next year for JagCon to be back and better than ever. Back to you, Jackson.
Thanks, Will. Next up, the Georgia Cancer Center will be hosting their 4th annual White Ribbon Falls Fest.
We will go in depth on how the free event will help raise awareness to the increased risk of lung cancer and what you can do to help. JagNews will be right back after this break.
Welcome back to Jag News. I'm Cody Robertson.
And I'm Lily McDonald. Thank you for being here with us today.
Or sorority life, Augusta University is home to 16 fraternities and sororities, with 8 of the Divine 9 historically African American fraternities and sororities.
To kick off recruitment, the Black Greek Letter Organization hosted their annual yard show. Here's Lydia Williams with that story.
The BGLO Annual Yard Show brings together the historically Black fraternities and sororities to celebrate their culture, community, and tradition through a dynamic performance. The Black Greek Letter Organization Yard Show took place on September 25th at 7 p.m. in the Maxwell Theater. Here's Roberto Aragon, the Director of Fraternity and Sorority Life at Augusta University, to speak with us more about the show.
Really what we try to do with BGL Week and the BGL Yard Show is really have it kind of like an interest kind of activity for all the potential new members that are interested in joining one of these organizations to be able to learn more information about them in a performative nature. In the last year, we've gotten 2 new organizations come to our campus or re-come back to our campus, which makes the grand total of 8, and our BGL organizations interests are growing tremendously, and we're really excited about that. In addition to that, we are actually looking at opening avenues for some of our multicultural Greek councils organizations. So Greek life is just growing and being great here at AU.
Jaden Scott is the president of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity. He talks about his participation in the show and what it meant to him.
And to take part in my first yard show this year, and the theme being 90s meant everything to me. One, I was able to represent a culture that dates all the way back to 1906. We were able to incorporate some of the old moves and the new moves and give a whole show. And we're representing the culture. We're representing something that started way before us. So in order to bring that back and bring back that culture out of PWI as well is very monumental.
This year's show was thrilling. Each fraternity and sorority showcased their unique style that left the crowd wanting more.
Thank you, Lydia, for that great story. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer death and accounts for more than 25% of all cancer deaths.
Each year, more people die from lung cancer than breast, colon, and prostate cancer combined. This annual event aims to provide support and vital information to the community. Grace McMahon tells us more.
Ribbon Fall Fest, November 2nd at the Augusta Saturday Market. Community Program Director Mary Claire Reagan talks more about this free event. The Georgia Cancer Center is partnering with MCG's Oncology Group and the White Ribbon Project to throw the 4th annual White Ribbon Fall Fest, November 2nd at the Augusta Saturday Market. Community Program Director Mary Claire Reagan talks more about this free event.
There will be food trucks, other vendors, and we will be down there providing information about lung cancer and lung cancer risk factors and how people can reduce their risk. We'll have several vendors. Obviously, our lung cancer screening program will be there, so we will have providers there able to answer your questions. We will be there providing some more general information. We'll have representatives from the Equality Clinic, the VA, and others, just to focus on some groups that are more at risk for lung cancer. But people can come get information, enter our raffle, and have some fun on our inflatable lungs.
Event participants will be able to enter a raffle to win a free lung screening. Thoracic surgeon Dr. Daniel Miller explains why these lung screenings can potentially save lives.
Every 2 hours, someone dies of lung cancer. And a lot of times because they did not have screening to detect it at an early stage. Your lung has very immature nerves within the tissue itself. So if something is growing in there, you don't know it until it's too late.
The White Ribbon Fall Fest begins at 10 a.m. and will end at 1 p.m. this Saturday. Anyone and everyone is encouraged to go and learn more about this great cause. Here you come out and join us on Saturday, November 2nd, 2024 for the White Ribbon Fall Fest 2024. This year's event will be held at the Saturday Market located at 15 8th Street along with Augusta's Riverwalk. White Ribbon Fall Fest 2024 begins at 10 a.m. and will run until 1 p.m.
That's it for this edition of JAG News. I'm Cody Robertson.
And I'm Lily McDonald. Thank you for watching and have a great day.